Welcome to the deep dive.
Okay, so today we've got this interesting project, Armanee at Bandar Tasik Puteri in Rawang. Lots of buzz. Our mission, really, is to kind of sift through the info, look at the sources, and figure out what's the real story here. Is it a smart buy for an investor or, a good home for someone looking for more space? Let's get into it.
Yeah, and look, the first thing we absolutely have to nail down right off the bat is the name confusion. This Armanee, the one we're talking about today, it's a brand new two-story terrace house project. It's by Low Yat Group out in Rawang.
Okay.
It is not the Armanee terrace everyone knows, the duplex condo in Damansar, Perdana. Totally different. And honestly, that's a real risk for buyers who aren't paying close attention.
Right. Crucial difference. Get that clear first.
Yeah.
So beyond the name, what's the big pull? The sources seem to highlight these brand new landed houses. Pretty spacious, too, like 1,800 up to over 2,200 square feet. And the price, it seems really aggressive. Something around RM 381 per square foot. Is that right?
What?
That's the number popping out, yeah. And it's definitely eye-catching for landed property. Now, for investors, there's another layer here. Low Yat Group isn't just dropping in for this one project.
Right. They're the master developer for the whole Bandar Tasik Puteri township, like the whole 2,670 acres.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that matters because it signals a long-term commitment. They have skin in the game for the whole area's development, the shops, the schools, everything. That usually helps property values more than, a developer who just builds and leaves.
Okay, that makes sense. And infrastructure-wise, everyone seems to be pointing at one thing, that new highway interchange, the BTP Laytar one.
Oh, absolutely. That's probably the single biggest change factor for this location. For years, Rawang had this reputation, didn't it? Terrible traffic getting through the main town.
Yeah, the Rawang crawl.
Right. But this dedicated interchange lets people bypass all that, straight onto the Alatar Highway. It fundamentally changes the access, unlocks the place in a way.
So how does that value stack up when you compare it? You mentioned the price per square foot around RM 381. How does that look next to neighbors?
Well, if you look at the CMA, the Comparative Market Analysis values, it's pretty stark. M Residence 1, which is an established freehold nearby, is around RM 517 PSF. So Armanee is, like 36% cheaper?
Wow, okay.
And compare it to Gamuda Gardens Ilaria. That's running over RM 620 PSF. So Armanee's coming in roughly 63% cheaper than that. It's a massive difference.
63%, that's huge. But hang on, if the price is that low, what's the catch? The sources mentioned the rental yield is projected to be quite low, maybe only about 3.65% gross. So are we saying the investment here is purely a long-term gamble? You're just betting that price gap closes eventually? Because that yield doesn't offer much cushion if it doesn't.
That's a fair challenge. And yeah, I think the verdict leans that way. It's a low entry cost for landed property, no doubt. But you are making a bet on the township maturing, on that interchange proving its worth, on the area's perception changing.
So high potential upside, but definitely a long game.
Exactly. If it works out, great appreciation potential. If the area stalls, well, that low yield doesn't give you much fallback.
Okay, so that's the investor angle. High risk, high potential reward, maybe. What about for the person actually moving in, the family? What's the appeal for them day to day?
For the resident, it boils down to space and modern living, I think. Look at the layout. Every single unit is 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms.
4 bathrooms. That's definitely an upgrade from older houses.
It really is. For families today, having that extra bathroom, often en suite, makes a huge difference in practicality and just less morning chaos.
Yeah, definitely. And the design. The sources mentioned a few things. Scandinavian style, north-south facing.
Yeah, they've clearly thought about practicalities.
Yeah.
The north-south orientation is smart design in Malaysia, avoids that harsh direct sun, helps keep the house cooler, potentially lowers your aircon bills.
Good point.
And they've got this backyard linear garden concept. It's kind of unusual for terrace houses, aiming to build a bit more community feel, even though it's an open gateless design within the main gated and guarded enclave.
Interesting. And facilities. I saw mention of a clubhouse for landed houses.
Yeah, that's another big plus. You're getting condo-style facilities, but with a landed home. There's a proper clubhouse, swimming pool, a gym they're calling Fitness Fortress.
Fitness Fortress.
And even a pickleball court, which is suddenly very trendy. So you're not sacrificing amenities just because you chose landed.
Right. So you get a space, modern layout, decent facilities, but there's always a but, isn't there? We have to talk about the commute. That's the elephant in the room for Rawang historically.
It absolutely is. Let's be upfront about it. This is a lifestyle choice where you are 100% reliant on your car. You are consciously trading Or potentially lower property prices and more space.
For time spent driving.
Exactly. For time. That new interchange helps bypass local traffic, yes. But getting into KL City Center or PJ or other core commercial areas during peak hours, you're still looking at a significant drive. The sources suggest anywhere from, say, 45 minutes to maybe 90 minutes, one way.
Oof. 90 minutes each way is tough.
That's a major commitment. You're swapping financial costs for the, let's call it the psychological and time cost of commuting every single day.
So that's the core decision then, isn't it? You're choosing between getting exceptional space, a modern 4-bed, 4-bath landed home with a pool and gym for maybe around RM 700K.
Great value on paper.
Versus the daily reality of potentially long commutes and needing a car for absolutely everything.
It really forces you to prioritize what matters more, the quality of your home life and the space you have at home, or the quality of your life spent getting to and from work or other places.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Here's something to think about. Final question for you listening. We know this is leasehold, which tends to dampen long-term appreciation compared to freehold.
Right, that's a factor too.
So, considering that leasehold drag, will this undeniably low entry price, maybe around RM 700K, combined with that potentially game-changing BTP LATAR interchange? Will that be enough? Enough to finally really permanently shake off Rawang's old reputation as being just too far out, too much of a traffic headache for the wider Klang Valley market?
Yeah, will the value in the new road be enough to overcome decades of perception? That's the big question mark hanging over it.
Something for you to mull over.